Yo, people, big up everyone inside back again with another footy talk. Champions League week. Roms, what are you telling me, fam?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. The weekend was stressful. I can't lie, though. Went to the game. You know when you
I
come back,
see,
you know,
bruv. I see, bruv. I see you touchdown at the game, blood. Man went all the way up there to get slapped, bruv.
bro. It was, and you know what makes it worse? You know the M6 in it, the motorway that obviously takes you down them sides. Bro, the coach broke down on the way back, bro. I didn't get back till like 2, 3 a.m., bro. I was head lost,
Oh,
but
shit. What time did you leave?
I left 6 to coach at 6. I should have been home no later than 11, bro.
Yeah,
I
10,
should have been
11.
home.
Yeah. You should have been back, fam.
The only thing that made it all right, you see how Premier League, I think 3, 4 times a year, have that Saturday night fixture. So obviously, when it stopped on the hard shoulder, I was able to watch Chelsea. You see Sancho, Felix,
Yeah, kill
that
some time
kind of,
and that.
yeah, bro. So it didn't really affect man like that. It just means it was had to go home like 2 hours later. But other than that head loss, bro, I'm good. We made it back up for it last night. I'm sure we're gonna touch on it. But yeah, what
What
are you
did you
saying,
make of the
bro?
weekend then? What did you make of the game, lad? What were your takeaways from that game? Did you see anything in the game that surprised you as to why, obviously, why you lost the game? Or was it stuff that you were kind of worried about anyway?
I'll be real with you. Most things surprise me. And I say that to say this because you'll get the general cliche thing that after international break, you might not be 100%. But because of the way we started and there was no changes. So that we've had the same 11 bar last night. The first 4 Premier League games, we've had the same 11. So I thought, you know what? This should this should be like clockwork, bro. I predicted, I think, a 3-1 win. I did think we would concede, though. I did think we'd concede. But bro, we played that game like we are already 2-0 up. Like the game started at 2-0 instead of 0-0. Because you know what it is? Big up, jeez. Do you know what it is? Like the first 10 minutes, I don't know if you watch that game, because I know you do bear watching. I don't know what 3 p.m. game you watched there, but first 10 minutes, you're going to get rivals chatting rubbish. We are poor from start to finish. We weren't. 50 minutes, we were cooking them. We should have been one. I think Diaz hit the post. Jota there was a ball from McAllister that Jota's in poor form. We're going to speak on him, but he needs to be dropped now. That's my guy, but he's in poor form. We should have been about 2-0 up early then. After that, bro.
Would you think it was complacency then? Because you lot kind of done the same thing against us in the FA Cup. If I'm being real, the game we beat you, like you were cooking us, blood, and it's like you lot were playing like you were 3-0 up. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And then we ended up beating you 4-3, blood. And it might just be down to players' complacency, bro. Like they were just a bit too comfortable.
It was complacency, bro, and that's the thing. You get these top reds saying, "Oh, the players were a bit knackered," and that. No, I'm not trying to hear that because our first 3 games was pretty. I'm not going to say flawless, but like even when we were conceding chances in that, we still looked resolute. They were cutting through us, bro. Especially second half, not really first half. And this is why I'm saying we need to put away the game from early. But everyone was poor for me, bar Kanate and Gravenberch. Our whole front line for me stunk. So Bozza stunk. McAllister spent more time on the floor than on his feet, bro. The fullbacks for me, Trent was doing the same ball, inshallah, hit and hope, bro. For me, only even Van Dijk. Van Dijk made a few mistakes, but he was decent, and we didn't concede chances like that probably until like the 60th minute. But for me, Kanate, I think, was excellent, and we ain't really spoke about him a lot on this show. I've not really been his biggest fan because I feel like he engages.
Man. He's just rubbish on the ball.
Exactly, bro. But he shut me up because he engages when he doesn't have to, bro. Sometimes he can be a bit dumb with it, but I've clocked. That's normally when he's come back from injury or whatnot. But he shut me up. He's been excellent, even last night. But I think Gravenberch, right, where us Liverpool fans have talked him up the first 3 games, Real fans naturally after a loss are going to say, "Oh, see, you still need a 6 now," which I agree with. But he was still cold. This narrative that he was poor, he was the only one that was trying to break lines, still beating his man, still intercepting counters. He was still cold. Do you get? So for me, it was complacency. And then I have to listen. I'm not gonna say slot out at all this season. We could probably get back-to-back losses. I'm still gonna give him time because the way I see it, bro, in your first summer, you should be given the most money so you can bring in the players you want.
Yeah. He hasn't been given anything to work with.
Bro.
So this season's gonna be him figuring out his players and how he can use them and who can do what he wants. That's what this season's really about. If you're being fair.
Exactly, bro. That's why I'm not going to be on him. However, I can still critique the performance. bro, the subs were wrong. I have no qualms at the starting 11, but the subs were wrong because what he done, he's gone to a back three in it, and he's put Trent in the midfield. I hear his logic. He's trying to go for the game, but he took McAllister off. Now, as much as McAllister weren't playing well, he's the only one in that midfield bar grab that can actually still have that eye of the needle pass. Do you know what I mean? And he's taking him off, bro. We lost control from them. And this is where, first of all, I need to big up Forrest and Nuno, because Nuno counteracted that. He's put on Hudson. Bearing in mind, even who's the brother they signed from Newcastle? He was cooking first half a few times. Anderson, that's it. That Elliot Anderson, yeah. They were kind of giving us trouble in the wings as it was. Nuno said, what? You're going to a back three? I'm chucking on Elanga and Hudson-Odoi. Bro, Robertson was getting cooked by Elanga. He gets subbed off for Tsimikas, and then Bradley comes off for Trent. Bro, Elanga and Hudson-Odoi were having a field day, bro. Because you know what it is? Morgan Gibbs-White first half was a kind of quiet. But the minute his boys come on the pitch, he's like, yeah, we're going to cook now. And where we were pushing up so high, there was spacing behind. Bro, I think Hudson-Odoi had 3 attempted take-ons, was successful, all of them. Bradley got cooked, bro. And we got away with one. We should have got, they should have had a penalty. I can't lie. I don't know if you saw it, but he dragged back, Bradley dragged back, what's his name? Hudson-Odoi. We got away with one as well.
I didn't see it still.
But bro, it was crazy, and I just hope it's a blip, because I said the only way I'll be concerned is if we lost last night and then we drop points again at the weekend. Right. That's when it's like, bro, now the blinkers are on. Like, what is actually happening? But I can't lie, the fact we bounced back from last night, I think it genuinely was a blip, bro. And I'm not feeding into the international bullshit, but maybe some people are onto something with that, because. But then again, I can't say we look sluggish though, because if you're sluggish from the off. If anything, you build into the game. We were the opposite, bro. We started off well, and then we were sluggish throughout. So I don't know, bro. But I'm gassed about last night. But in terms of that weekend, I just hope that's a blip, bro. But I just hope, because Bournemouth are going to play a low block now. We struggled with low blocks, Rants, for about the past 2 years. Even under Klopp, bro, we struggled with low blocks. So I just hope it's not a persistent thing, because if Bournemouth now play a low block and we batter them, I'll definitely know that's just a blip last weekend. That was genuinely just a blip, because we played them another 9 times. We probably beat them all 9 times, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it was one of them games. I just think we got complacent, thought we were already ahead, going through the motions. So after the first 10 minutes, we just kind of rested on our laurels, bro. But yeah, man, I think the weekend was just a blip. Bro.
No, 100%. Yesterday, obviously, going to the San Siro, like, regardless of AC Milan not being what they used to be, still a tough place to go. You, man, dealt with them. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously, having to recover from going behind as well. Job done, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Job done, bro. That guy, Rafael, bro, he's a scrub. I've been telling you, man, about this guy, you know. He's a bum. He been a bum. Like, you know what I mean? I never bought stocks, man. Everyone was trying to do this thing, bro. I think a lot of these players, yeah, they're getting found out now. And Mbappe's stinking the place out at Real Madrid as well. Forget all the penalties that he stat padding, bro. Do you know what I mean? These men are getting found out. That's the beauty of football, man. I always feel like in life, football always wins. Even if it takes a while, football always wins, innit? And the thing is, yeah, you know what's so funny? I've said something many times, but I seen what's his name? That was in Love Island, the Tyreek brother. He Man City Academy, innit? And I see a video of him talking about footballers, yeah. And it resonated with me because it's one of them things, it's something that I've said loads and loads of times, innit? And it's kind of, he put it in a way that was very, very clear and concise, innit? And like he said, yeah, like they asked him, basically, they said what it takes to be a good footballer, bruv. And look what man said, bro. Hold on.
It's not always the best. No, it's not always about ability and stuff like that. I feel like what makes good football, the best footballers make good decisions most of the time. And what I mean by that is a good decision could be knowing when to pass it instead of dribbling, or knowing to dribble instead of passing, or knowing when to shoot, or knowing when to take 1 touch or 2 touch. I feel like the best players out there make the best decisions most of the time, literally. So if you make good decisions more often than bad decisions, ultimately you're a good footballer. You could be slow, fast, defender, striker, midfielder, doesn't matter. If you make good decisions and do what you're meant to do most of the time on a consistent basis, Oh, Millie, you're a good footballer. What makes it?
That's it. It's very simple. It's very
And do
simple.
you know what validates that, bro?
Yeah.
One of my uncle's brethren's a scout at Arsenal, and you see Nelson, Patino, Emil Smith Rowe, all these men were rated higher at youth level than Saka. But one thing I'll never take away from Saka, I might not rate him as much as the average fan, but his IQ, Saka rarely makes the wrong decision.
That's the best thing about him.
Exactly, bro. He rarely, and that's why he's outlasted all of the man at academy level that was supposed to last longer than him at Arsenal. So he's spot on. Big up Tyreek. I just clocked you said the love Andy. Big up Tyreek as well. That's a meet. I met him through one of my boys. Still, he's baller, Rants. Baller. He's actually cold baller.
He can play, bruv. And Montel as well. They can both play.
Yeah, his brethren Toby ain't all that though. Actually,
Toby plays for hashtag. I know
your brethren plays for them, innit? Yeah.
Two of my young G's play for them, bro. That I used to coach. Shaq and Camilo both play for hashtag, and obviously PK's there. So you get me. I know them man there, but bro, let me tell you something. Yeah, I've been saying this the longest while, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Footballing ability is not everything, but it matters to me. Do you know what I'm saying? But it matters to me. Because if you ain't got the ability, then you have to have the IQ. If you have the ability without the IQ, you're still a better player. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why when I look at certain men, for instance, I don't mind players that are technically not that good if they know they're technically not good and they play intelligently. Like when I look at Gary Neville, he was a 6 out of 10 technical player, but he understood when to take one touch, when to take two touches, when to play, when to cross it, when to lay it off. He understood those things, and he never tried to do something that wasn't within his skill set. That's part of football IQ. When you try and do things that you can't do, it shows me that you don't even understand who you are as a footballer. Do you know what I'm saying? So that means you've got no sense. That's why when man rate guys like Doku, I'm like, these guys are rubbish, because most of the time they make the wrong decision. The same with Rashford, the same with Garnacho. These guys, 8 times out of 10, they make the wrong decision. So then man can't turn around and tell me they're good players, because they're not. Because the best players make the right decision the majority of the time. So when we have a game like yesterday where we win 7-0, because we got so much of the ball and we've had so many attacks, law of averages is you're going to get GA, because we've had 20 attacks in a game. But what happens when we play a game against a better team and we only have 3 attacks and we have to make it count? You man are useless to me. Exactly. And this is why I call these man impact players, because these are not men that you can rely on week in, week out to make the right decisions. This is why you don't start them. Do you get what I'm saying? Because when you throw these men on when there's nothing to lose, and then it's like, cool, if they can get you something, they can get you something. Do you see what I mean? And I don't understand how anyone that understands the game of football and understands what makes a good player, you're going to pick the players that are reliable. And that means technically reliable, and also tactically reliable, and reliable in terms of decision making. I know if I get you the ball 3 or 4 times in this position, you're going to make the right choice at least 3 of the 4 times. This is why Sancho's performance for Chelsea against Bournemouth was so good, because his decision making was perfect every single time. He didn't lose the ball once, bro. And every pass had the right weight on it, the right trajectory on it, and then his movement after the pass, everything was the right decision. This is why he's so good. Not because he's technically unbelievable, because he is, but what makes him the player he is his IQ, his understanding, his decision. The same as Grealish. These guys they're top level ballers because they do the right things most of the time, and they have the technical level as well, bro. Saka's got the IQ without the technical level of a Grealish or Sancho, but Saka's right up there when it comes to understanding the game of football. He's right up there.
And that's why, you know, what you just say, you were saying that 3 points that a player needs to have. I don't even necessarily agree that they need to be like technically good, because like you said, if they've just got good IQ and they're not technically good, they just recognize their role and then just give it to the players that are more technical. How many teams have we seen, good teams, where not necessarily all 11 players are technical, bro? You might have the majority, then the minority.
Roy Keane was like that. Roy Keane wasn't mad technical, but you know how to read the game.
You know, even for us, obviously, I'm not comparing him to Roy Keane for the chat cooked me. But even I was a bit younger, but it's as I've grew up and watched back our games, You see Lucas Leiva, yeah? When I
Yeah,
was young, I'd be like,
yeah.
this guy's dead. This guy's
Smart
dead.
player.
Obviously, literally, bro, because I'm just looking at the skills, the flicks and tricks, as you naturally do as you grow up, bro. But that's when I was like 8 or 9. But when I grew up and started watching back our games, bro, I'm like, no wonder why he was starting week in, week out. No wonder why Benitez started him, because like he wasn't technically the best, but he knew his role, bro. And he held a place in our starting 11 for about 6-7 years, albeit we weren't great then. But I mean in the Benitez era, not really in like the Rodgers and whatnot era, yeah. But yeah, you're spot on with what you said. And back to Leao, like for me, Rants, if you're over 6 foot and you're at IC3, you're gonna do well in Serie A, bro. You've seen it with Lukaku.
You're gonna do well in football in general, bro. I'll be honest, yeah. Football is such an athlete sport now, yeah. Majority of these men are not good footballers, bro. Like I can say that comfortably. Do you know what I mean? That's why I don't rate none of these guys, bro, because it's like you won the genetic, you won the genetic lottery. Yeah, that league is crazy because these Italian man ain't got no athleticism. You know
exactly. Because you know,
none
if I've
whatsoever.
seen, you remember that Dusan Zapata that was up front with Muriel for Atalanta years ago? Scrub now.
Yeah.
Lukaku. I'm not gonna call him a scrub. He's had a decent
scrub,
career.
Man.
No, he's had a decent, bro. He's had a decent career. But yeah, him. Who else they had? Leao now. Osterman, I don't rate like that.
Osterman's a scrub as well, bro.
Exactly.
He's even as good as Lukaku. I rate Lukaku higher than Osterman.
Same. And I've been saying that's why when Chelsea were linked to Osterman, I'm like, bro, Lukaku's basically done what Osterman's done. He's won the league with Inter. What have they done any different, bro? What have they generally done any different? But that league specifically, like you said, they're going to do well in football now because football's prided on pace and power and your flexibility. But however, that league specifically, there's a big up class for real. Tammy Abraham's another one. He was decent at Roma. I just feel like, bro, if you're just big and strong, Vlahovic as well, bro, you're going to do well in that league. But Leao did nothing last night, bro. Nothing.
He's
like
rubbish,
at all. Trent could have had a cigar in his mouth and been in a rocking chair, bro.
You know what I dislike the most about players like Leao? And this is what I think, like, this is where, like, I think Madueke and players like that are in the same bracket is these man legit think they're ballers.
Better than it,
they legit think they're ballers, bro. I'll be honest, like, this is the thing, because the thing is with me, yeah, I'd rather have a player that's a 7 out of 10 player, knows he's a 7 out of 10 player, plays with the mentality that he's a 7 out of 10, and he understands that he has to do extra things to make up for the fact that he doesn't have certain things.
Facts.
Do you get what I'm saying? I like players that will be like, you know what? I'm not a mad baller, so I have to make up with it with work rate, with intensity, with attitude. Like these guys, I like these players because these are the kind of players I know I can rely on. The problem is players like these man don't have the work rate. They don't have all that because they genuinely think they're cold. But when they get the ball, there's no end product. You have to earn the right to be a nonchalant footballer. You know them ones, like to do the Cantona thing and to walk around with your collar up and your baggy shorts and them things there, bro. When you get the ball, you need to be making shit happen. And if you're not, you need the work rate. And this is why I prefer Garnacho to Rashford. Because even though Rashford might have more technical skill than him, because he does, do you know what I mean? The way Rashford wrapped that ball in the top corner, Garnacho couldn't dream of that. But the difference is, Garnacho works, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he runs like it's his last meal, bro. Whereas Rashford's just walking around and that. And if Rashford's not having a good game, he's dusty. And this is just what it is.
That's life in general. Like deep it, yeah. You would have been in many situations where a man or woman could know they're dead at something, but if they own it, you have more respect for them. Where how many man or women you know in your life, bro, that have talked up the things, but they deep down know they're dead. And then when you're expecting something and they underachieve, you're like, huh? You're looking funny in the light now because you gassed us. You tried to pull wool over all of our eyes. That's a thing in life in general. But you're spot on, bro. Leao's, your Madueke's, all of them, they just think they're better than they are. They kind of think they kind of walk around like their shit don't stink, bro. Like they can do what, and it's reflected off the field as well, bro. Like the way they might give interviews and whatnot. I'm not going to speak too much on that because I do like personality, but have personality if you're talking with it on the pitch. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I love players with personality. Do you know what I'm saying? But my thing is, yeah, people are saying certain man can improve, yeah, but bro, you can only improve if you want to improve. Because
Facts.
what you'll need to do to improve, you need to be intrinsically motivated. Because what's going to motivate you as a player if you're already making money and you're already at one of the top clubs? There's nothing that's going to make you get out of bed, yeah, and improve, bro. Like what Marvin Hagler said about silk pajamas, bro. When you're sleeping in silk pajamas, bro, you don't want to get up and run no more. Bro.
Yeah,
Do you understand what I'm saying? And the thing is, when players get to a certain level, what is going to drive them to want to be better if they don't have the humility to understand, yeah, that there's more to do? And this is the problem. Players like Leao's not going to improve because he already thinks he's cold.
Facts.
So he's not going to do the extra work. He's not going to do all the things he needs to do because he thinks that things are not going well because he's at the wrong club. He's not looking at himself.
Facts.
He's not looking at himself.
The biggest indicator I always say of certain ballers, yeah, and maybe if you're injury prone, there's an excuse, but if none of the big clubs have been hell-bent in going in for you or bidded several times for you, that's the biggest indicator to sometimes know you're not really him. Like, you're genuinely not really him. Again, if you're injury prone, that's a factor. But if you're like Leao, that's not really that injury prone, and you feel you should be at another club, read the room. There's a reason why clubs aren't serious about you. There's a reason why clubs have... Bro, correct me if I'm wrong, Rants. Since he's been at AC Milan...
He's got a crazy release clause, though, as well. Because
I didn't know. Actually, fair enough. I didn't know that still. I didn't know that.
He signed a new deal recently, so he's got a crazy release clause. But the thing is, yeah...
But then he's an idiot for that, because if he knows he doesn't want to stay at Milan for long, don't insert that release clause. Do you get
it? Yeah, but bro, they're saying that he's not... No, but he probably thought that he's so good, teams will pay it. You know them ones. Like, that's what he probably thought. Yeah. This is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, he did. Bro, man is saying he's not the issue, yeah. Bro, listen, I grew up here in the 90s where Italian football was the Super League. And bro, there were players, they were way better players than him that played in worse teams. And they were the face of their team. They were carrying their team. Do you know what I'm saying? This AC Milan team, compared to all the rest of the teams in Italy, they're not so shit that Leao shouldn't be cooking, bro. Do you know what I mean? He should be the face of that team, bro. Like, man seen 40-year-old Donny's top score Serie A, blood. Like, there's no reason for this guy not to be shining. There's no reason for this guy not to be shining, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Man saw Mkhitaryan, Eriksson, Darmian, all these men go, yeah, to Inter, yeah, and revive their careers in Italy, bro. Ashley Young revived his hairline in Italy, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So, bro, like, man can't tell me that a young G like him...
Didn't Chris Smalling even have a good run around that
Roma, bro. This young G in the prime of his career should be badding up that league. He should be badding up that league, you know? Like, he should be making that league look like a farmer's league. That's what, because he's got the he's got all the athletic advantages. Do you know what I'm saying?
Rants? That even contradicts what I was saying earlier, because I'm saying, bro, you just have to be big and strong over 6 foot to succeed in that league. But he's not even succeeding at the rate he should. Bro, I see some AC Milan forum the other day.
How bad he is, bro.
That
shows how bad he is. This is what I'm saying. He's got all the physical advantages and he still can't even capitalize on them, bro. He's poor, bro. And this is what it comes down to: decision making. This guy's a striker that thinks he's a winger. If I was his manager, I'm telling him, you're a striker, you're not a winger. Forget this wing thing, bro. You're like 6'3". You're not mad explosive and that. You've got good strength. Do you know what I'm saying? You could be a really imposing centre forward in the modern game. Really imposing. But you want to play on the wing because you want to get the ball and do tricks and that. But bro, you're not productive on the wing. So why are you there? Do you get what I'm saying? He's not productive there. But you can't tell him that because this guy thinks he's Ronaldinho, bro. And this is the problem. This is actually the problem. So, man saying he's got good dribbling. So what? So does Isak, bruv. Isak's not a winger. He knows he's a striker.
I wouldn't say Leao has good dribbling.
And his dribbling's not great, bro.
Yeah,
it's just great for someone of his stature.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But he's still not a winger. Just because you can dribble doesn't make you a winger. Who cares, blood? I'm sure there's centre-backs that can dribble. Dallo can dribble, blood. He ain't a winger. He's a right back.
You need to know when to dribble, stop and start, confuse your
fullback. Bro, that's what I'm trying to say. And also, it's not just dribble. It's just not just being able to dribble. It's also about being able to dribble, 1v1 because a lot of people can dribble, but they can't dribble when they've got a defender facing them up. It's a completely different game. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know
And
what
that's the
is a
point,
winger
bro.
as well?
He's tall, he's strong. He should be playing up front, bruv. He should not be playing on the wing with his stature.
With wingers as well, Rants, because this is the position I predominantly played when I was kicking balls seriously. Yeah, good wingers also have a good relationship with their strikers, but I don't just mean good relationship in terms of GA. You know your striker. You know when you touch the byline, the move he's gonna make. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I've got to rate man like, what's his name? It's gonna bug me now. Sancho, because whenever Sancho's played with that target man, whether it be a Haaland, that's why I think when Chelsea eventually sign a number 9, Sancho's gonna go, bro. His ceiling's gonna go even higher, bro. Because if you've seen throughout his career, when he has that focal point to play off, and the thing, he's not necessarily, he can dribble, but Sancho's more of a let me play it back to you, let me bounce it back, and I'm already in.
Sancho
you know
definitely
what I mean?
can dribble, you know, like that. Man, be
100%,
nutmegging man and have him, bro.
But
Crazy,
this is what
man
makes
on
him
toast.
scary, Rants, though. I think he's at his most effective when he gives and goes, not necessarily when he's dribbling. How many goals did you see in that Dortmund side with Haaland when he kind of gives and goes? Even with Fulkrug last season, he'll give and go, then he's in one-on-one and he does the finesse, that kind of bends it around the keeper. That's literally the trademark Sancho goal, bro. So I'm not saying he can't dribble, but on wingers like that recognize their striker, the movements they're going to make. There's more to being a winger than just dribbling still, because I think the relationship with your number 9, the relationship with your number 9 is key as well, man.
This is the point. He's way too selfish here on the ball. He wants to get his head down, take players on and do stuff for himself. You're not a winger. People don't want to play with players like that. It's the same with Rashford, bro. Rashford ain't really a winger. Do you know what I'm saying? Rashford's a striker. He just plays out wide, bro. He don't have a creative bone in his body, bro. Every time he gets the ball, his head's down. He wants to just try and dribble. Even the goal the Garnacho scored, the first goal, Rashford was dribbling away from the goal with his head down, ran into traffic here, and he lost it, and then it fell to Garnacho, bro. Like, he's not a creative player, bro. Like, wingers play to service other people. Like, when you're a winger, you're in the service industry, bro. This guy don't think about the striker when he plays. Even from the way he crosses the ball with so much pace on it. Who wants to get on the end of that? Like, when you look at how Saka floats the ball into the box for Havertz and the way he whips it and he floats it, and then you look at Rashford knuckleballing the thing into the box. Do you know what I'm saying? Ain't no one trying to get on the end of that. Brother, nobody wants to get on the end of a cross that's been slapped here at 90 miles an hour, bro. Nobody.
But Rants, that's also how he shoots, though. There's no
but he crosses like he shoots, bruv. Yeah. And this is the point. You're not a winger if you do that. Wingers have care on their delivery, bro, because they think, yo, I'm delivering something for the striker, bro. When you see a man go out wide and just slapping the ball across the box on some violence, bro, like, bro, that's not for me. Do you know what I mean? That's not for me. When I look at Leao, this is not a winger. This is a striker playing out wide who's in denial, bruv. This is just what it is, bro. He does nothing creative about him, so he shouldn't be in these areas. You need to put him within the width of the 18-yard box where he can use his physical advantages that he has over other defenders. That's where you need to use him, bro.
Do you know who I see similar? And a similar situation happened last night. Even Cody Gakpo, I don't see him as a winger, because even last night, this is where I've got a big up Szoboszlai. That cross weren't a good cross, bro. Do you know what goal it was similar to, Rants? You see Xerxes' goal, first day of the season. We had to open up his body. That's because, for me, again, Liverpool fans will gas it. Szoboszlai was poor into this goal. Then after this goal, all of a sudden, he gets that second win. He's making good decisions. Bro, the goal, they're literally... How he was playing before his goal and after his goal was night and day, bro. After his goal, Szoboszlai was cold. But that ball from Gakpo skinned his man. I think it was Calabria, however you pronounce it. It was good. But, bro, he kind of fizzed that in. And Szoboszlai had to open up his body, and he finished. It was a very good finish. But I liken Leao to kind of Gakpo, and they should be playing number 9. Well, actually, in Gakpo's place, we've actually tried and tested him there, and he's just not worked, bro. He plays
in the 10 for the Netherlands. And you know what I mean? It's one of them ones where I think, you know what it is now in the modern day, if strikers ain't good and they're not scoring goals, they just put them out wide. You know what I mean? This is what they do.
Bro,
Yeah.
Nunes got like 9 assists in like 12 games because he was just on the left, bro.
Yeah,
It was on
this
the
is
left.
it. This is it. This is what they do now. They get these guys, yeah, they play up front, they can't score. Then they say, all right, cool, you're a winger now. That's just what they do with these players, isn't it?
The man start adding GA to their stats when it should just be goals. You only add assists for a winger if they're misfiring as a striker, bro.
Yeah,
It's
but this is the point. But this is the point. Back in the day, yeah, we just used to look at how many goals man scored, and that was it. Now, man, are adding the A there to make it look more respectable. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is it. It's some joke thing. It's some actual joke thing. That this is what we're doing with all these players. It's just like Mbappe, yeah. Mbappe, I don't know what I don't know what I don't know what Mbappe is, bro. I'll be honest. When you look at Mbappe, yeah, like he's not a good striker because he can't play back to goal, he can't link, he can't do anything. He's almost like an old school striker, yeah, that plays in a 2 that just chases flick-ons. You know them ones, but because we don't play like that no more, they have to play him out wide. Do you get it? But even when he's out wide, he's not creative. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's weird, fam. It's kind of like man is saying that he's a wide forward like Salah. He is, but Salah's technically better than him. Like Salah can put a weight on a pass. Like you can see Salah get the ball and do a little outside of the foot pass into the box and create and that, put his foot on it a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Even though Salah's not the most technical, he can play.
He's more
bro.
technical than Mbappe.
Yeah. Mbappe's thing is stinky, bro. Like
Remember
I can't even lie.
Remember what I told you a couple of weeks ago? Mbappe can just do things at a rate that other people around him can't.
It's just the speed that he does it that kills people. But what he does is not complex. Even his step overs, he'll do a step over a yard in front of a player, then kick the ball past him and then just run off. A man will be like, oh, look at his quick feet. It's like, bro, he went nowhere with the step over. The player didn't react to the step over. The player just can't catch him.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Literally.
It's just the speed he does basic shit.
Yeah. No, it's true, bro. But they're on him right now. The Madrid fans are on him right now, bro. And again, when you're getting like pity penalties and the goal he scored,
that's what they were doing for Havertz at Arsenal, bro. They
exactly when he first came, bro. And who was it that assisted him? It was I've always said Rodrigo for me is their best forward, bro. I have him ahead of Vinny. I think Rodrigo's so disrespected, bro. But I think it was him that squared it to Mbappe. Other than that, again, I didn't watch the full Madrid game, innit? My boy was watching it. He said, bro, Stuttgart apparently cooked the majority of the game, bro. But Courtois basically won them.
Absolutely. Game. Madrid, I was hearing Madrid were getting fists up, bro. Like, I was doing a watch along. Obviously, I was watching the night game, but man were telling me that Madrid were getting cooked, bro.
Cooked, bro. They were getting cooked.
And yeah, they were getting cooked at home as well, bro. I couldn't believe it.
But this is why I think it. But have you clocked, yeah? I can't help me out in the chat. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, Rants here, but they had Union Berlin in their group and Real Madrid won it. Yeah, it was last year because Bellingham scored. Real Madrid won it at the depth. They always start off the campaign, especially at home, a bit weird. But do you know what it is with Madrid? Yeah, and this is why yesterday is the exact reason why I think they'll win it. They don't have to be good, bro. They generally don't have to be good because they got a lot of moments, man. And it's not even just moments, man, in their front four because Mbappe has a moment in him. Vinny does. Rodrigo does. Endrick even does. But even Valverde and your Tchouaménis, how many times have you seen Tchouaméni ras it from like 30 yards? Valverde dribble through, man, and put it top bin. And even down to their keeper, bro. Courtois basically made, 4 or 5 saves that kept them in the game. Even Rudiger, there can be a set piece and Rudiger will just win you the game. This is why I still back them to win it because, even Zidane's free-peat, with them when he won it back to back to back.
I think Man City, if Man City buck up on Real Madrid this time, they do them.
Facts. And even when they did the free-peat, for me, Barca was still better than them. I would even say my club were better than them when they beat us. But again, they've got individuals that can just have moments in games that will win them the game, bro. Literally, it's their heritage as well. Literally, will just win them the game. But that's why I say to people when they're like, "Oh, Real Madrid, Real Madrid aren't going to win this year." I was like, "No, they'll win badly. They will literally,
win badly." But the thing is, you know what I think is happening with Real Madrid, and this is why I say people need to understand the game of football and the mechanics of football. Momentum is a real thing. Now they don't have Toni Kroos to control the game. They don't have the control they used to have, and when you don't have control, you can't sustain pressure. So now Real Madrid struggle to keep teams on the back foot because the guy that controls the pace, just like when you lost Xabi Alonso, bro, like when you lose players like that, the whole mechanics of the game feels different. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't be as relaxed anymore because you don't have that guy. He's your quarterback. Real Madrid ain't got no quarterback now. Do you know what I'm saying? They've got all these industrious players, but the thing is, the ball will always move faster than the player. So
Do you know
if you don't have a quarterback, you're fucked.
Do you know you can do it? Not to the level of a Cruz, but Modric. But the only problem with Modric is he don't start now. He's on his last legs. It'll be his
but
last
Modric
season.
don't start because they've got too many big names they need to keep happy, bro. This is
yeah. Facts. And with that club, there'll always be politics like that. But do you know what? What I will say, Rants, is this is why I think Madrid, this is Ancelotti's last year. I think most people agree that. But this is why I think
can get Xabi Alonso after.
Yeah, I was going to say that Alonso probably joins them in the summer, and that's when you're going to see a more frightening Real Madrid. He's going to bring in man he wants. I wouldn't be surprised if
I don't
he
know
brings
what
in
you
more
can
of a
do with these
controller.
players, though. I don't know what you can do with these players. I'll
give you a hot take. I think he's going to sell either one of Camavinga or Tchouaméni. I think one of them are good because they're always linked with clubs. And maybe it's their agent just wanting to get better deals, but they're always linked with Premier League clubs. But I can see Alonso going in there and wanting more of a controller and selling one of them too. I can genuinely see it. Genuinely.
I hear it. Camavinga can do it, but it's different, bro. I'll be honest, it's different, bro. Like, it's just like when we watched the England game. When we had Angel in the 6, it was night and day, bro, to having Kobe there. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you just got someone that just moves the ball and it's just different. Camavinga's not that guy. Camavinga wants to carry the ball and do stuff, bro. Like, Toni Kroos ain't trying to carry the ball. He's trying to move it quickly. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what it is, bro. Like, you need a quarterback. You need it, especially when you've got players in attacking areas. Anything about any attackers, they'll always tell you, attackers always want the ball early.
Facts.
They always want the ball early, bro, because they don't want the defense to set themselves up. So when Toni Kroos is walking around and he's playing the short pass, and then he can go long straight into the wingers. Wingers would rather get the ball so they can turn and face players up. The problem is when the ball gets circulated too much, bro, as soon as the winger can see you and they're close to you, you kind of don't want the ball no more because then you have to do the Saka thing, protect it, touch, go back. And then it's just like, no, wingers want the ball where they can turn and face players up. They don't want the ball when they got a defender right on them because it's like,
you break to them late. Yeah, they're touched tight. Yeah, they're touched tight already. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you're using them as a wall. Like, wingers don't want to be used like that. Wingers want the ball early. That's why when you look at Liverpool in transition, Salah wants the ball early so we can turn and run at people, or he wants the ball in behind so we can run after it, bro. These men don't want the ball into their feet when they got a defender under.
Do you know what's mad? Big up the chat because a few men have said it. Do you know one player that could actually, again, not to Cruz's level, bro? The reason why I always say Cruz is cold because Rants, if you deep it, this is testament to him. He did not have a prime. He was cold from the start of his career till the end of his career. Toni Kroos, for me, did not have a prime, bro. And that is testament to the player himself. But obviously, this player is not Cruz level, but there's similar attributes, that quarterback-esque kind of player. Bro, Enzo Fernandez, couple man in the chat have said it, and I hear it to a degree because I've been saying Enzo won't last at Chelsea, not because he's not a good player. I just think the Prem's too fast for him.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's just too far. Fabian Ruiz is another one. I like Ruiz quite a lot.
Cold. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, for Spain, he looks like a different player. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a baller, bro. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these players, like Vitinha's a baller as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like, I think it's very, very important, bro. That quarterback role. The thing is with Toni Kroos, though, to be honest, like, you're right, he hasn't had a prime, but that's because the position he plays at, it's an IQ position. So the older you get, technically, the better you get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones where
and you're forced to understand the game better as you. Yeah.
That's what it is. So, like, you can play that position, as long as your legs are underneath you. That's it, because it's just all about understanding the game. So, technically, you get better. Same with Pirlo. Like, Pirlo was a 10, and then he dropped back into the 6.
Because Cruz was a 10 as well. Early in his career, isn't it? Yeah.
All them men were 10s and they dropped back. Scholesy was a 10. A lot of these guys played in the 10, and this is how they have the understanding of how to play the position because they played higher up, and then all it means is that you're a creator, but you're just a creator from further back.
Further
Do
back,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because Pirlo was a 10. He played Regista as he got older. But when these men were younger, they were attacking, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And they were crashing the box and doing all these things. So because Tony Kroos, because of his experience and his understanding of the game, it just looked like he never broke, bro. He just never broke a stride, bro. He just continued to play in those positions, and that's what Real Madrid are missing. The same with when you look at the Galacticos. As soon as they sold Makelele, they stopped winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a thankless task, bro. Because when you play in that position, nobody appreciates you until you're not there, bro. It's like oxygen.
Thing is, bro, the thing is, they had the player. Real Madrid at that time had the player that could kind of control, but it was later on in his career for me because you see Guy Hernandez, bro. A lot of man said he was way more attacking, but I saw him dictate from deep as well. Not necessarily saying he was a DM, but later on in his career, like you say, you understand the game more. You want to see the game from further back on the field, and
that's where tens end up. When once you lose your legs, they end up back there because that's where they want to play. I ain't played football for a while, but I used to play in the 10. If I end up playing football again, I'm playing in a 6, bro.
6, yeah.
Because man get to play make, and man get to see the pitch, and I get to play more at my own pace. When you're playing in the 10, you can't really play at your own pace because you're playing on the swivel and you got defenders around you.
You're
When
literally,
you can kind of play walking.
danger. You're literally meeting danger immediately on that half term. It's that actually no. The best will always create time and space for themselves. However, your average 10, you're meeting the minute you take that half turn, you're kind of meeting danger. There's either a man on you or you have to be incisive and make that pass or play that shot ASAP. Do you know what I mean? So no, you're spot on with that one. You're spot. And I feel like if you were a 10 and you slowly go back to that 6, that's when you can kind of have your 8s just doing all the dirty work for you. Do you know what I mean?
There you go. And you do all you just do is screen. Do you know what I'm saying? And just create the same angles that you would create in the number 10. But the difference is when you play in the 10 and you're playing in between lines, you've got defenders here, you've got defenders here, you've got people either side of you, all around you. When you play in the 6, you ain't really got to worry about what's behind you. Not really. You know what I'm saying? If you're smart enough, you only need to worry about what's in front of you. That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? And because you've got centre backs there. So it's an easier job.
Do you know a good example, bro? The DM I saw at my club, for me, for 2-3 years, was the best in the world, bro. You see, Fabinho, I always say Liverpool fans sometimes get confused. He weren't the most athletic, bro. His lateral movement weren't there. But this guy would anticipate danger.
He was smart.
Yeah, bro. He's so intense. Bro, he would recognize danger before it even happens, bro. And you're spot on, bro. You don't really have to look the other way to touch, especially if you're a good one.
Yeah, 100%. And especially if you're playing 1 or 2 touches, which you should be anyway. You don't need to worry about what's behind you because once you receive it on the half turn, you should already know what's there. So your decision is being made less than a second later. So you receive the ball and you already know the right back's on, or you know you can go straight into the 8, or you know you're going to go into that winger if you want to go. But you don't need to worry about what's behind you because they're not going to be able to recover in time if you make the decision before you receive the ball. The problem is a lot of these men receive the ball and then they want to decide what they're going to do with it. 1 touch, 2 touch, man get clamped. Like this is what it is. You don't. That's silly.
Why I said the best always buy time for themselves. And this is why I'm not going to give him his apology yet. I still need to see a larger sample size. But this is why I might owe Monts an apology because I kept saying I want Grav further forward. And Monts was saying from early, look, I'm not saying we don't need a 6 still, but because of his attributes, let him start from deeper and he's intelligent and he'll be able to start attacks and pick the pass. And I'm like, I still want him in that 8 though. I'd rather just him be further forward because of his attributes.
Yeah, Grav ain't a 6 though. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm kind of saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, bro, we tried to use Pogba in the 6, and because Pogba's got good press resistance and he can receive the ball under pressure, but Pogba can pass way better than Grav. Do you know what I mean?
And you want them kind of further forward, innit?
Yeah, man. You don't want
that's what I'm saying.
I don't like players that like to take a lot of touches in the 6. I don't like them there. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like people are like, oh, Rants, Kobe can play there, bro. Any player whose natural inclination is to caress the football and take loads of touches and do it, nah, bro, not there.
You don't know, yeah.
Not there. You know what I mean?
You know why I'm not there as well,
Scholes, there, the ball comes to Scholes. Bro, Scholes don't want to take extra touches to the point where the ball comes to Scholes and he'll dummy it and roll over it and let it go and then play the pass first time. Man's taking 1 touch. If he's taking 2, it's 2 max. It's not foot on the ball, head up, roll it, shoulder drop. Bruv, what? Man ain't got that time. Gravenberch wants to do the silky thing, bro. Get it out.
The flamboyant thing, bro. And you know why you're spot on this, bro? Because if you got a 6 that wants to take all them touches, God forbid they have to be the best at what they do. Because if you're even just average, the minute the team clamp you, they're in on goal. Because you're receiving that from deep. They're in on goal, bro.
Bruv,
So
like, you can't afford to get caught on the ball there.
Yeah,
you
can't.
You can't afford it, bro. Like, the risk and reward thing is crazy. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, Thiago is the only player that can receive the ball under like ridiculous pressure like that and just drop the shoulder and switch it around, man. And it's like, and he can do that because his skill level is like Jedi level, bro. He's not a normal player. Do you get what I'm saying? He's not a normal player. And even him, he don't do that all the time. More times he'll just,
he knows when to do,
and then he'll go, hey, hold that. Do you know what I mean? But certain man, like Kobe, every time you play Kobe the ball, man wants to put his foot on it, roll it, look up, kind of drop a shoulder and that. Them kind of man, I don't want them nowhere near my goal. That way. You know,
I know, Rants, you'll rather them, obviously you don't want them to lose it at all, but you'll rather them do that stuff and lose it in the final third where you're still closest to the opposition. You're spot on still. You're spot on. You don't want them doing that in the 6 still.
When
you
I
know
see
what, big
up play, and I see what their natural inclination to do is, I can find a place on the pitch for them straight away. I know exactly where they belong. Players that like loads of touches of the football need to be nowhere near where we're defending, nowhere near it, because you're a liability. You know them ones. These finesse
big
players.
Up Samuel. Verratti's another one. Big up Samuel. He did not like the ball for long.
He's an 8, bro. I like Verratti. Verratti cold. Oh my days.
So cold.
Verratti's an 8, but he could play in the 6. Verratti's cold blood. But the difference is Verratti's got such a low center of gravity. He kind of just teases players into trying to make a challenge, and then he'll just roll them. Boom. Do you know what I'm saying? Bad boy. But again, these men are the exception, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Most number 6, just want them to play 2 touch. Do you know what I mean? Even when you watch Caicedo's cold, bro. The reason why people don't realize how good Caicedo is because he just plays 2 touch, bro. You just don't see him, bro. And he'll make an interception, and the first touch of the interception is setting him for the second part for the pass. So he'll step in, touch here, pop the ball off, and then Chelsea are attacking, and then you don't see him for 5 minutes.
Here's another thing with Caicedo as well, Sometimes his first touch puts him in the direction he wants to go. The amount of times his first touch literally puts him ahead. And literally he does it within 2 touches. I've actually seen him. Do you know when kind of you dummy it, you kind of take your touch away from the defender, and he's already popped it into Palmer or someone, bro. And this is what I'm saying with Caicedo. I think it's actually the opposite nowadays, Rants. I think people associate with 6s. It depends what type of 6 you are, because some will say a destroying 6. Because even Ugarte yesterday, when I watched the extended highlights, I think, you know how I was saying before you signed him, he's not as good on the ball as per se your other 6s. From what I saw last night, albeit it was Barnsley, he might be a bit better on the ball than I thought. Still, he might be slightly better.
You know what he's good at. He's good at protecting the ball. You know, so when the ball comes into him, like, he'll turn and he'll kind of like shake people off. You know them. It's not like finesse, touch, wait a pass, but it's like, yo, like, you're gonna have to fight me for this football. You know them. And like, he'll put his foot on it and roll a man, and he'll wrestle and he'll tussle. Like, I like him on the ball. It don't look clumsy. But the thing is with him, it looks like his awareness ain't there. You know the ones, like, he'll have to feel the contact and then he starts reacting to it.
He looks at with everything he does, he's reactive instead of proactive.
Exactly. Whereas the best players, they don't react to things because they've seen you. So the balls come and I'm just gonna go. Like, I'm not waiting to feel the contact. Then I'm gonna have to wrestle with you. Do you see what I'm saying? He doesn't.
That's why I love Fabinho for us, bro. Literally, he was so proactive, bro. So, but you know what I saw yesterday? Obviously, I didn't watch your game, but what killed me, and I know obviously I know your thoughts on your manager, but bro, you didn't need Cass and Ugarte for Barnsley, bro.
Nah, but they needed minutes though, innit? And the thing is, I'll be real. This manager knows if we don't have a strong team, he don't coach them, so we can't win games. He knows. I'll be real. Like, so It was okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We rested 8 players and we put out a very strong team and we smashed these men up in it. Like they were rubbish. Like Liverpool, you lot could have beat them with your youths, your under 21. Yeah, you could have. Like, I'll be honest, they were rubbish. They're one of the worst teams that I've ever seen Man United play in a long time, bro. They might as well have been a non-league team.
Bro, from when your front three score, which rarely happens. Actually, no, wait, the irony, didn't your front actually no, De Ligt got one. I was gonna say your front three scored at the weekend, but for when your front three are scoring and what Rashford and Garnacho are getting braces, of course they were poor, bro. Because you lot don't do that on a normal game. Do you know what I mean? But you know, that's why it's important to have context. I was gonna bring that up to you, that why were both of them playing. For me, I said when you sign your guy, you only really want to see that pivot if you're going away at Anfield or Emirates or at Etihad, bro. You don't really need to see that against the bot. Then again, because your manager's flipping tactically adept, maybe you do need to see that. Who flipping knows? But you shouldn't be seeing that. Put it like that. You shouldn't be seeing them two against lesser sides. But I didn't realize that they both. Obviously, I knew Agata needed minutes, but I didn't know Cass needed minutes like that, innit?
Yeah, so, Cass needed minutes because the manager had him benched in it the last game and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just one of them.
Up.
Bro. But this is it. So yeah, bruv, like, you know what? It was one of them ones where, bruv, like, I'm glad we smoked them in it, but it's very hard to learn. It's very hard to learn very much from this game because we do all that now, and then say we go and get smoked by Palace, yeah. Then it's like all of that was for nothing.
But that's your next game.
Palace away, I think.
Rotted. I didn't know you had Palace away.
We could get dog walked in that game. I'll be honest. Like, it's one of them ones where it's difficult.
One thing I will say about them so far, though, I ain't watched 90 minutes. Yeah, I don't think I've watched 90 minutes of them at all this year. Obviously, the weekend will be the first time. But I feel like that Glasner hype now has kind of died down.
Yeah, it has died, but also they lost their best player, bro.
Yeah, true.
Well, two of them. They lost Anderson and they lost Elise, bro.
Because you see, and obviously Nketiah, my boy's like Palace is literally 10 minutes down the road from me.
Yeah,
and my boy was saying,
a local brother. I see the man filming footage and Nketiah, so his cousin
and he's hugging the dinner ladies. And
yeah, bro, his cousin was outside the whip. He's like, "Yo, that's my cousin." And that down the high street, I was bossing up. Like,
you know, what my boy was saying when they play, who did they play at the weekend again? And they got a draw. They were 2-1 Leicester. When they're playing Leicester, yeah, he was saying, and Nketiah came on and he was actually kind of warm. But do you know what, yeah? Said was saying United's record ain't good at Palace, but that's slightly a myth. I know last couple games you ain't won there, but before that, I remember you lot going there and slapping them. Yeah, so that'll be an interesting game still. That'll be an interesting game. But yeah, man, obviously Palace are like my local team, so I always want them to do well. Do you get it? Just not against my club. But that will be a good test. That will be a very good test now, because if you do get slapped now, that Barnsley game means nothing. But then Ten Hag will probably come out and start speaking about, yeah, but I've won trophies and we're in the next round of the cup, and he will just deflect. But that'll be a very good.
He'll use this 7-0 now to talk about, yeah, we do score goals and that. Yeah, I mean, that's what he'll do. But bro, none of that shit means nothing, bro. Like, you see, in football, you got to pay your rent every single week, fam. This is how it is, bro. Like, man, don't want to hear about what we done.
You're only as good as your last game, bro. Literally, and I always live by that. Always live by that, bro.
You have to, bro. You absolutely have to, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the problem with football right now. The fact that the manager's still bringing it up. I remember last season, the manager kept bringing up the offside goal that Garnacho scored against Arsenal. It's like, bro, that happened 6 months ago, big man.
Word.
Do you know what I'm saying?
6 months ago and it didn't even count, bro. Like, what's your point?
A man still bringing it up. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what these men do, bro. Like, it's almost like a form of hypnosis. You know them ones. Like, if you say stuff enough times, it actually, you start to indoctrinate the fan base. This is what the manager does. You know them ones. He says things so many times, man start to actually believe it, and then they start to feel sorry, yeah. They start to feel sorry for the manager. You know, like that. Right. And feel sorry for the team. They say, oh, the Arsenal goal, and the injuries. All these things that these men say. And then when you actually look at the injuries, yeah, they say how many injuries we had. But when you look at the positions we had injuries, it's like a lot of these injuries were recurring injuries to Luke Shaw and Lissandro. They're same ballers. And Mason Mount who we never needed anyway because he was new to the team. Now, a lot of them are recurring injuries because if a guy gets injured, comes back, gets injured again, like it's counted as a new injury. Do you know what I mean? And then Harry Maguire getting injured and coming back. Harry Maguire's never been a starter for Man United, in the last 3 years? So why are we counting injuries to Harry Maguire? Do you know what I'm saying?
I hate that. I feel like in this modern day, they just need to make up some sort of stats. So they're going to use things that are already existing as new evidence, bro. It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, bro. It's just all manipulation. Now, even that, the Erasmus thing. Bro, the guy went 16 games in the Prem without a goal, first 16 games. But man, we're talking about what he done in the Champions League. Brother, we finished bottom of the group and went out. Why are we talking about that competition? Like, them goals don't count, bro. Them goals expired when we went out.
I can't lie, Brad. I'll be real with you, boy to boy. One of them goals sold me I think I told you sold me a dream.
Yeah, the halfway line
goal,
bro, it's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, United got a striker here. United might actually have a striker here. Yeah. Then I'm seeing stinker after stinker after stinker. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I got that one wrong still. I got that one wrong.
No. He's dusty, innit? But that goal was cold. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. That goal was cold. But the thing
for me, what I rated the most about that goal, bro, was he done all the hard work. And normally, you see, Nunes, perfect example. You do all the hard work, and then when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net, he didn't. But it weren't just him finishing; it was the calmness, bro. The way he relaxed himself with pressure onto him as well. That's why I thought United got a player here. But like you said, bro, I think every game after that, bro. Even that Aston Villa game, some of your fans were gassing him. You know when he won at Villa Park, and I think he got a brace that day, mate. And he definitely scored. I don't know if he scored 2, but I think he got a brace that day. Man, like he's backing. I was thinking, other than the goals, this Brere's done nothing this game. If anything, he started off Villa's attacks, bro, was just bouncing off him, etc. But you know, one team I wanted to ask you about, Carl. I see you did a watch along for them. And I know they're basically your Italian team. What were Juve saying?
Juve, are you cooking?
Juve mad.
Motta's got these man moving brazy.
Crazy, isn't
I'll be honest. The way these man move the football is nuts. Do you know what I'm saying? The way they move, the shape of them is mad. Douglas Luiz, the last game I watched, I didn't see him, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They were playing McKennie, bro. But, brother, that Yildiz, bro, the Turkish youth.
The winger. That goal was mad.
Bro, the rap. Did you see the raps on that? The top bins? Hey, brother, listen. Listen, my brother. The way man rap that nasty. That's a FIFA thing, bro. That looked like that had that had the auto aim on, blood, because the whip on that was crazy, blood.
Crazy. And you know what is that? Normally when you see when a player raps it, normally it's a bit slower. He rapped that with conviction, bro. The minute he left his foot, it was in the top bins, bro. Normally it's a bit slower in that, but you still get the precision on it. But that goal was brazy. And even that Nico Gonzalez, bro, because I only watched extended highlights. Forget not even just his goal, bro. Like I like how,
Did you see just the way he lifted it over that youth's head? Crazy. He played all right.
For McKennie's goal. Or for Yildiz goal?
For McKennie's goal. Bro,
McKennie's goal is cold still.
Nah, bro, he looked a bit. Gonzalez reminds me a bit though of your guy though, of Diaz, bro. He looks a bit like, you know what I mean, like a bit raw but a bit scatty as well, like you know them ones. But he's direct, man. I think, bro, the way that Motta's got these man playing football is mad. You know what I mean? I can see why them man wanted Sancho, blood, because the way they move the ball, Sancho would have cooked at Juve, blood. He would have absolutely cooked. But they're very good to watch, man. And defensively, they're so underrated, bro. Obviously, with Motta, the way he builds up, because he's so patient, they do well pretty defensively in it, because they only really attack with 4 players. They kind of keep quite a few players behind the ball. Even though they're very fluid when they attack, they always keep more players behind the ball than in front of the ball. And that's why they're so hard to score against, innit? But the attacking shapes are really, really good to watch, man. Really, really
I read one stat before this game. I don't think they've conceded a goal yet or something.
They haven't, not in the league. No, they conceded one last night, but before that, they hadn't conceded a goal all season.
That's crazy. Because even they've got a centre back that I wanted last summer. What's his name? He come from Torino, the Brazilian Bremer.
Yeah, Bremer.
I rate him.
Not to Man United, that Bremer, you know.
He was linked to you lot as well.
He was linked to us last
Yeah.
season, bro. Man United wanted him last season. Bremo.
Yeah, bro. Cause the thing is, I scouted him from Torino. I was like, who is this brother, bro? I was thinking this brother's because I obviously when I watched the Italian league, I only really watched the big games, bro, as you do. So I think they were playing Juve for Torino, and I was like, this brother just looks composed. Cause that's when Torino had, I think they had Belotti because he left Torino then come back on loan, and they had another player, but. I rate Bremer still. I know that the chat is saying he's whacking it. I think if you're going to speak about his technical ability, ain't the great. Like on the ball, I don't think he's all that. But in terms of, actually like real defenders, bro, just getting stuck in there, winning his duels and whatnot. Yeah, bro. And then who does he have next to him? Because centre backs normally complement each other. You normally have a aggressor, and then you normally have the one that's a bit more relaxed. It's like Saliba and Gabriel. Saliba's like the more aggressor,
and
Gabriel's more the composer. Do you know what I mean? So I can't remember who Bremer has next to him for Juve, but I think he's allowed to be a bit rash and whatnot because Gatti, that's it. Big up Leao Gatti. He's the one that's a bit more technically astute, but I rate Bremer still. But I was going to ask you this as well.
Looks decent, bro.
Swear.
Yeah, he looks decent.
I was hearing he's like a docu. I've not watched it. We were linked with him.
He looks better than Doku. He looks better than Doku. I can't lie, bro. He gets his head up, bro. Like he gets his head up and passes the ball. He don't just run. I think because I'm saying they're just seeing an African youth, with dreads, and they think that man's Doku. Like he's not Doku, bro. Like he tries to link the play and that. He seems like he's a bit more present on the pitch, but he doesn't just pick up the ball and try and run at players, bro. I was impressed by what he done yesterday, bro. Like against a good defense, bro. Because Juve, bro, like you said, they hadn't conceded a goal all season. They're not a joke team. And he was getting his foot on the ball, bouncing it, getting it back. He tried to take his player on, but not all the time. That's what I mean about a guy with decision making. Yeah, knowing when to try go down the outside, knowing when to try and combine on the inside, and when to pass the ball and invert. He looked decent, and also he looked composed. If there wasn't a pass on, he would try and shield the ball and recycle it. He weren't just kicking the ball against the. I hate when wingers just kick the ball against defenders' legs and try to get a corner and that because they can't go. You know when they can't go nowhere, they're like, "Let me try to win a corner or a throw in or something, bruv." It's something. More imagination.
You know what's funny? Yeah, you know when it backfires and they kick it, it ricochets back off them.
Bro. It's the worst thing I see off wingers, bro. You know what I mean? Them man, you're just waving the white towel when you do shit like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I like when I see wingers put their foot on the ball, bruv.
There's another player I was going to ask you about, Carr. He was at Rangers. You know that Tillman, he's got quite tall stature, but when I watched the old firm and that, he had good feet, but apparently he was playing next to Bakayoko. Like, what did you think of him?
I didn't really notice him, bruv. I'll be real. You're talking about the tall white brother.
No, the mixture. Maybe I got his name wrong. He's called Tillman or something. He's Dutch. He was at Rangers for a bit, and he was playing next to. Maybe he I
didn't really notice him. I think I'm mixing him up with someone else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But back out, like everything was going down that right hand side, bro. Everything.
Yeah, if you're not noticing him, then he must have not really. That's it, Malik Tillman.
I didn't really notice him, bro. I'll be honest.
I know he was doing it, obviously, albeit the Scottish league. With all due respect, but he was doing his thing for Rangers. That's why I think he got that. He went to Rangers, bro. Correct me if I'm wrong in chat, for 6 months and said, "Bun this, bro. I'm better than this." And then he's gone PSV. Then won the league with them. Won the league with them.
PSV were playing some good football. They held their own, you know. Like it didn't look like it.
They've not lost in the league, obviously. Again, albeit their league, they've not lost in their league, bro. But they're not just winning. They're winning like 7-1, 4-0, 3-0, bro. They're smoking everyone. Are they saying he's a Bayern Academy product? It makes sense. It makes sense.
Nah, bro. Yeah, I thought you were talking about that Gus Till, bro. That's who I mistake what you said for.
I don't even know who that is. I'll be real.
The tall white brother, bro. That's who I thought you were talking about. I didn't notice the Tillman brother. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I didn't really recognize him, but Bakayoko, yeah, that was the first time I seen him play properly. And bro, I thought he was good. You know what I mean? When it comes down, like I said about decision making, his decision making's a lot better than Doku's based off that game. Doku's is a head down, keep running at the defender until I get past him kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And he does that idiot little shake the leg over the ball and cut in every time. It looks like he's emoting on Fortnite or something, bro. He does it so often, yeah, That, do you know what I mean? It's just like, what's man doing, bro? The little leg shake thing. It's
Bro.
so annoying, bro.
And
Like,
you
and
know what?
he's
Yeah,
cutting him.
you see, like when you had the real Brazilians that do their step overs and whatnot. Like I was always told, watch the ball, but sometimes the feet are moving so quick, they'll actually affect you if they're step overs. That little leg thing, the little leg flap's not doing
do
nothing, bro.
Don't
Like
do
they're still,
nothing.
it's kind of like they're saying to him, "All right, like I'm still waiting. Like do your next thing." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Yeah. Is that it? Yeah.
And the thing is, he'll cut inside, and then he'll pass it, and that'll go down as a take on. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, bro, you didn't take me on. You literally cut inside and avoided me.
That's why I hate stats, bro.
And that's what I mean. Them stats are bookie, fam. So I don't know. It just is what it is, man. But yeah, man, football heritage, blood. You know what I'm saying? Mbappe struggling, flipping. What's his name? Scored. Obviously, Endrick's goal. Yeah, the goalkeeping was shocking. You know what I'm saying? But the audacity to even shoot from there was crazy.
Yeah. You can tell he's confident, bro.
Yeah, the audacity to shoot from there. You could tell that he's just not all right upstairs. Do you know what I mean? That's why he got married to that flipping that thing, yeah.
Bro,
and that's why he's shooting from there, bro. He's just not all right upstairs.
Bro, he needs to do what Hakimi done and just put everything in the mum's name, bro. Because
Hopefully
that woman probably had the biggest grin, bro. Because if he ain't got a prenup, he's pissed. Then again, he's not really pissed because have you clocked? Whenever footballers, and I hear you say it with Lee Gunner, and you're spot on. When footballers normally have a controversy off the field or whatnot, or something mad, it spurs them on to become one of the best, bro. You said it with Lee, and it's actually spot on. You're actually spot on, bro.
He needs it, bro, because it will toughen him, bro. You know them ones. Like this is what will happen. He will get his heart broken. This does not last. Do you know what I'm saying? And
how old is he? 17, 16, 17,
bro. He's 18, bro. Listen, by the time he turns 24, that's 6 years, bro. In 6 years' time, he'll be divorced, blood, and he'll be coming into his prime, and he'll be badding people up, bro. I'm telling you.
And the thing is as well, he's Brazilian, so you know these man, they kind of peak. Or then again, I think that's slowly changing with Brazilians because you know, like obviously you had Ronaldo with the injury, Ronaldinho partying, Alexandre Pato kind of partying. But I read something the other day. He don't care. He said, long my family secure, I went China. I don't know if you've read it. He was like, oh, I've lived the dream. Like, yeah, I might not achieve as much for what my ability is, but I've set my family straight. But all of them Brazilians, Pato.
Yeah.
Oscar said similar thing, but Pato, remember, he went to China for like a year, but I read he put something in the flex the other day. People sometimes walk out on the street and say I could have done a lot more, but it's like, bro, I've set my family for that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Listen, I used football as for what I needed to use it for. It was a vehicle for me to pattern my family, and I've done that.
And this is what I mean, Rants, that football fans, like the very small-minded ones, needs to understand. Not every footballer wants to be the best, bro. Everyone's got different motivations. I'm not saying it's
for a lot of man, it's just a job, blood. That's it.
Facts. But
a lot of man, it's just a job.
With Endrick, like it's Brazilian heritage to just have something mad or peak or like kind of decline at like 27, 28. But I feel like that's going to get ousted out of their game. I feel like with all of that, the new science in ball and whatnot, I feel like Brazilians will have longer careers at their peak. Do you know what I mean?
As long as they stay on the right track, bro. A lot of the time, the reason why these man's careers cut is because their man want to party, they don't live their life, innit? That's just all it is.
And they come from poverty in that majority of them. So the minute they see all this, you know, bro, we probably have friends like this. I've definitely had a friend like this where he weren't used to seeing bread. And the minute he saw his first 2-3 bangs at once, bro, we went crazy, bro. Crazy. I had another brethren that went uni. I used all of his student loan on stupidness, bro. But because I known him from young, I can tell he's not seen that money at once. So this is just amazing to him.
But better man used to spend all their student loan thing on clothes and holidays and then be living off big bag of pasta and that, bro. Like for the whole thing.
Endomy noodles and that, bro.
Yeah, bro. The man used to just run up the tab, bro. That's what these men used to do at uni. So imagine what these ballers are doing when they come from nothing. So I don't know. It depends with this Endrick youth, bro. I don't really expect him to do anything. I'm not rating him like that. Obviously,
for me, he doesn't play like a Brazilian.
No, he doesn't
play like a Brazilian, bro.
He doesn't play like a Brazilian, bro. He's got the Agueros about him. You know them ones. Like he's got that kind of a little short, stocky number 9 about him. He's kind of like a throwback player. I don't know how he fits in to this Real Madrid team. I don't know if he displaces someone, but sooner or later they're gonna have to start him because he just looks like a number 9 in it, and they ain't really got that. Do you know what I mean? Mbappe's not a striker, Vinny's not a striker, Rodrigo's not a striker. At some point, they're gonna have to say, "Bun the names. I just need to play him because he's actually a 9, bruv." And then we see what he does. You know what
do you know
I'm saying?
what is with him as well? God forbid it happens, but you can just tell he might be one of them players, like you said, short, stocky, that get a lot of injuries, bare muscular injuries. Do you know what I mean? That just bare. That's what I always say. Ballers that sometimes, especially when I played at clubs and I see man trying to get big and put on muscle mass, I'm like, don't you lot learn? You need more oxygen flow, and you're just going to increase your injury. You want to be. I've always said the correct build as a baller, in my opinion, is your kind of Ronaldo and Bale builds where you're not skinny, but you're not muscular, but they're lean in it. Yeah, muscular but lean, and they're still quite flexible. Bro. The amount of times I've seen Ronaldo and Bale control the ball, but they're controlling the ball from their highest point, so their legs literally going up in the air.
Yeah. They're mobile. The mobility is important.
Facts, bro. If you try to see Aguero or someone doing that, bro, they're probably pulling their hammy as they're trying to do that, bro.
It's that's what I mean. But a lot of that's down to genetics. There's nothing you can do. Some people naturally are just naturally more stocky, bro. Do you know what I mean? If you're one of them little hench flipping Ghanaian brothers, you can't tell man, like you need to lose muscle, bro. Man was born with muscle, blood. Like what's man supposed to do? Do you know what I'm saying? Like what's man supposed to do? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Reece James. Big up HR, literally like Reece James, bro. He's got another
naturally stocky, but he needs to lose. He needs to just lose weight in general, blood. It's one of them ones where he's got a stocky build, but if he lost weight, his joints would be under less pressure. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you're lighter, then it's just easier for you to just move around, and there's less overall forces and pressure on your joints. And this is the thing, bro. Like he could definitely be smaller. He could be smaller because let's be real. It's not like these men are in the gym banging bench press and banging all these things to be hench like that, bruv. Like just eat less food, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like even muscle, you can lose muscle. Like you can lose muscle. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially upper body muscle. Like why you don't need to have big upper body playing football. You just need to make sure, that you've got the muscle and the strength in the lower body and that. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what it is, bro. If you got solid lower body, all the upper body extra weight, it just slows you down.
But even not even necessarily like solid lower body, because you look at man like Elise and Mahrez and that do Marga, but they still don't really get. Even the Elise thing, the injury thing's a myth because it was like one long one. Then everyone wants to say it's a regular thing.
Yeah, so Mahrez barely got injured. Yeah,
so it's one of them ones. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, big up Iola. That's what I'm saying about Konate. Konate gets injuries, but he's weird though because he's not really big in muscle mass. He's just big, if that makes sense.
I'll be real. Them man there get injured because they're clumsy, bruv. You know them man. They're so big and they just fall funny like. You know them ones, like most of the time, man get injured from how they fall and that. You know them ones.
It's like
lack of agility, bro.
It's like Varane. I don't want to really watch man's legs, but it's hard not to if the cameras are on it. His leg kind of went in to out, bro. Like the way his body was.
His legs are like that, but that's you know what? Varane's body's like that now. One, genetics, because it depends on how your legs fit in your hip socket, but also he's had so many injuries. I think that his body, like the way his body is shaped, has changed from all the injuries. It's the same with Martial and players like that. The reason why they lose their speed and is because they have so many injuries, their body kind of compensates and it stiffens up and then they can't move. Like if you look at Harry Kane as well, he runs like an uncle now, bro. He can't open his legs to run. If you watch Kane, he looks like he's got a parachute on his back all the time. Do you know what I mean? He can't move. Like even if he wants to move, he can't move, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that just comes from all the injuries kind of just changing the way that your mechanics work, innit? So injuries can do that to a player. Do you know what I mean? And that's why Thiago stopped playing, because he was just like, yo, my body's mashed. Can't move around without getting injured. Like Harry Kane thinks he's got bare time left in the game, but the thing is, he'll last as long as his body allows him to last. I'll be real. Like, I don't know how long he's got left. Like, he got his 100th cap for England, and he was like, usually this happens, and it's the beginning of the end. But he was like, for me, I've still got loads of time. This is only the beginning, and that. It's like, we'll see, bro. I can't lie,
Yeah,
because
I
his body
can't
might
see
have
him.
other ideas.
Literally, I can't see him being like a Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic playing till 39, 40. How old
No.
is he now? Like, what, 32, 33?
Nah, he's not even that old. I think he's only 31, bruv.
Yeah, I think he'll retire. Like, I think he's got 3-4 years left, bro.
I don't
Because
think
we're
he's
seeing-
got 4 years, bro. I don't.
swear.
I think Kane's got a maximum of 3 years left at the top level. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's if injuries are good for him. If they're not, you're looking 2 years, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's
And he'll probably
already
go like,
slowed down a lot.
then he'll probably go like MLS or
Yeah,
Saudi as one of them ones.
yeah. But in terms of like top level, it very much depends on if his body allows him. He's not in control of how long he's gonna play. He ain't in control of it, bro, because he can't move. Do you know what I'm saying? He moves like Harry Maguire, bro, and he's a striker. You get it? So I don't know.
I first noticed it because again, I don't watch every Bayern game, but I first proper noticed it in the England friendlies, bro, the other day. That's when I
he was looking
first
awful.
noticed it. Then when I looked at the highlights, all 3 of his goals are penalties. Then there was a tapping in that. Big up Elise as well, man. Man said Champions League debut, brace, but we're not surprised, bro. We
Man
know the
scored a header, bro. Like, listen, Elise is just enjoying life, cuz. Just enjoying life. What a baller, bro. What a baller, like, what a baller, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, ballers can play anywhere, innit? Elise is an unbelievable player. He's a joy to watch. Man ain't talking about his work rate now or his attitude or the fact that he don't like doing interviews. Man's just a stone cold baller, innit?
Facts.
This is just what it is. So now, man, rate Elise. Hey, bro, man's about to watch Barella, my baller, blood. Hey, listen, man, get to watch Inter playing some sick football. Inter versus Man City. This should be a football clinic, people. Do you know what I'm saying? We're doing a watch along for that. Game starts in 6 minutes. What are you saying anyway? What's the rest of your week looking like, bro?
Bro, rest of my week, I'm gonna got a show with Monts and Kaz tomorrow in the afternoon. Then I got a show with DG on DG's time, a long time. That guy's dickhead, but that's my bro still. But I got a show with DG Friday at 2:00 on his channel. We're chatting all football. But I'm big up DG, and then I'm on Potts' channel as well. So I'm kind of here, there, and everywhere. But yeah, the next show will be me, Monts and Kaz tomorrow afternoon, still on Big Six Bands. So, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, people. You lot run up the lights, man. Let's get these up to 400. We're gonna redirect to the watch along, and yeah, we're gonna be straight back in. Games kicking off in 5, people. Big up.